My name is Sarah Bauerle Danzman, and I'm an assistant professor of international studies in the School of Global and International Studies. And this spring, I will be teaching I-203, Global Development. The course is organized into 4 sections. The first is an introductory section where we think about kind of defining core concepts, what is development, how do we measure development, how is economic development related to other forms of development like human development. The second portion of the course is devoted to thinking about global sources of development and underdevelopment. The third is about domestic explanations for both development and underdevelopment. And the fourth is focused on kind of geography and environment and how these things that are rather unchangeable might influence development trajectories. Students will write several reflective papers throughout the course of the semester, and they get a little bit of choice in when they do that and the questions that they're trying to answer in their reflective essays. And there'll be some exams, but this is a course that's designed to cover a lot of material and give students space to think about kind of major questions. So when we're thinking about what do we mean by geography and how geography affects development, what we're talking about here is economic geography. So for example, perhaps one of the reasons why Africa as a continent is rather underdeveloped is because so many African countries are landlocked. And if you're landlocked, you have less access to trading easily with other countries because you don't have ports within your country, right? And it's much harder to move things over land than it is to load them on a boat and send them somewhere else. And so that's what we mean when we're talking about economic geography and how that might influence development. If students walk away from this class with one thing, I'd like it to be an engagement in questions of development and an ability to approach those questions with an analytical perspective. And what I mean by that is that I want students to be able to look at history and data and understand political institutions and be able to evaluate competing theories, because there are very smart people who disagree over many of the questions that we're going to be asking in this course. And so I'm not here to tell students one story, but to give them the tools to see multiple perspectives and evaluate them against each other.